said yeah! Winfield! Wait a minute, one more time! Winfield! All day long! What to say? Get up, got that! What's your back? Inside! Get what I do! Bring the
Hi, everyone, and welcome again to the Big 22 Banquet. Again, my name is Ryan Allison, the sports director at WKBN TV. I want to thank all of our Big 22 players, all of our coaches and families for being in attendance here tonight, as well as those now watching via our live stream on WKBN.com. Tonight, we're going to introduce you to 22 of the best high school football players in the state of Ohio and Pennsylvania. We're also going to treat you to 5 of the very best linemen, honor 2 of the coaches, and we're also going to show you some pretty outstanding video from the 2016 season. Now, as I mentioned earlier in our banquet, that this is the 11th season that we've done this. Now, over the past 10 years, we've accrued some pretty impressive alumni. These are players that were sitting in the same chairs probably that you're sitting on right now that have gone on to do really, really impressive things. They've gone on to earn scholarships to some of the biggest college football programs in the country. We've had players from our Big 22 win national championships, and there are several right now playing on Sundays in the NFL. And one of the perfect examples of our Big 22 alumni is our 2-time Player of the Year from Hubbard, Ohio, and Michigan State sophomore, L.J. Scott, who just so happens to be in attendance today. How about a hand for L.J. Scott? Now, as we mentioned, we had a lot of great video to show you tonight, and we shot well over 250 high school football games this year at WKBN TV. We also carried 18 of those games as part of our Game of the Week broadcast, and we stumbled across, quite a few great moments through those 18 games, and they featured a lot of the players that are in attendance today. So, of course, we wanted to show you some of those moments, and we're in the media, so we rank them. This would be our top 10 plays from our Game of the Week, courtesy of WKBN.
Number 10 takes us to Howland. The Tigers hosting Niles in a backyard rivalry game on Thursday night. Senior Victor Williams is built for the big stage and came up clutch against the Red Dragons' high-powered offense.
Serbinovich to throw, floating it deep downfield, and it's picked off! Victor Williams has it at the 45-50, 45-40, down the sideline! Victor Williams shoved out of bounds! And a huge play for the future Toledo Rockets!
Number 9 takes place in postseason play. Week 12, Warren JFK battling State Power Mogador, the same team that ended their season a year ago. This time around, a different ending to that story.
And Valent turns and gives to Nacera. Up the middle, he's in! Touchdown! And that will seal the deal for Warren JFK in Week 12.
The Eagles advance and finish the season as state champions. Number 8 highlights a clash of ITCL powers. Lisbon home to South Range in Week 5, and speedy special teams standout Matthias Combs with a night to remember for the Raiders.
It's picked up by Combs, who has already returned a punt for a touchdown, and he's trying to take it to the house again. Combs, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
We head to Hermitage for number 7, Hickory's Chuck Carr, piling up the stats against Sharon and capping off a monster night late in the fourth quarter.
Again, it's Chuck Carr trying to put an exclamation point on a big night. 10-5, touchdown, number 5.
Carr with 5 touchdowns and 251 yards rushing. Number 6 comes from the regular season opener. Girard's explosive offense on display, and Indians wideout Nick Hall with one trip to the end zone he won't soon forget.
Fires and is complete across the 45, 50, first down and more. Down the sideline, 10-5, touchdown. What a play for Nick Hall. Somehow, some way, stayed on his feet and scampers in for 6.
Number 5 features a battle of state powers at Mollenkopf Stadium. Cardinal Mooney visiting Warren Harding in Week 8, and Raiders quarterback Lynn Bowden on display.
Bowden, misdirection play, cuts the corner, 35, back to the inside, puts on a move, look at Bowden, to the outside, 10-5, touchdown! 43-yard touchdown run, another one for the highlight reel of Lynn Bowden.
More from Bowden at number 4. Week 10 against Howland, and another remarkable run.
Will keep it himself. Stiff arm for Bowden. Bowden reverses his tracks, cuts it back to the outside. Bowden finds an opening. 10-5. Bowden is in. Touchdown. Another one for the highlight reel.
This one's not fair. This is video game. You know, this is when you set the controls to easy mode and you're video game playing.
Back to Mollenkopf for number 3. The slugfest between Harding and Mooney takes a defensive turn.
Bowden loses the football, and Cardinal Mooney has it. It is picked up. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jalen Hewlett. And nobody could have seen that coming. Nobody in the stadium, that's for sure.
Number 2 comes from one of the Valley's most heated rivalries, Mooney and Ursuline. A late field goal gave the Irish a 3-point lead with 2 minutes left, but the Cards had a few up their sleeve on the final drive.
Page takes the snap, looking, stepping up. Page trying to bust it to the outside, fires complete to Jackson. Jackson to the 25. Jackson breaking tackles. 30. Jackson 40. Convoy of blockers. And Darrell Jackson to the 20, to the 15, and out of bounds at the 11. What a play! Page to Jackson.
A few plays later, Mooney finds the end zone and a 13-9 victory. And our top play comes courtesy once again of Lynn Bowden, saving his best for last in Week 12 against Chardon.
He fakes the handoff. He wants to throw. He's under duress. Bowden reverses his tracks, finds an opening. He's to the 35, 30. Stellar step. 20, 15, 10, 5. Bowden fighting his way in. Touchdown. Unbelievable.
If you're a college coach in America and you're not sending this guy a letter a day, you better go back and think about what you're doing, because
that is sheer will, and Bowden has done it throughout his career.
Best players make the best plays, right? I also want to take a moment to explain the process behind our Big 22. There's a lot of coaches and some players that have been part of this in the past. In fact, some of them have been making this an annual trip, it seems. And we've also got 4 two-time winners and a couple that have been here 3 and even 4 times. But for the moms and dads and the players that haven't been here before, I think it's important to understand just how difficult it is to make this Big 22. Here's how it works. Throughout the season, we accept nominations, and we accept them from your coaches. We accept them from high school football fans, parents, everything. And then at the end of the year, we're left with a ballot, and it's a big one. This year, when we mailed it out, it had well over 100 players on it. All these players were deserving players. They were all outstanding. They were the best players from the high school football teams in our area. The 22 that are here are the best of that best. And I think that deserves a round of applause. It is not an easy trip to get here. The people that put you here, it's not me, as much as I'd like to take credit for it. It's not WKBN TV. The people that vote in this are the high school football coaches, the media members from across the area. These are the high school football coaches that you played against, that weren't exactly thrilled that you did well against them. These were the radio guys that did the interviews post-game, the newspaper writers that have been following your team all season long. These are the people that know and love high school football as much as us. And once again this season, we always worry about who the 22 will be because you can't control the results, but we're proud of what came out. And I know some of you play in different states, different conferences, different tiers, different divisions. You've never met each other or played against each other. So the best way for us to help you guys understand who all of you are is to show you what we see, and that is the video highlights. So I'd like to officially introduce our Big 22 class of 2016.
Xavier Bailey, Brookfield. Stevie Baugh, Howland. Lynn Bowden, Warren Harding.
I told him we're playing with his all. Here we come. Hey, free Kodak, you know how it is.
Evan Boyd, Warren JFK. Charles Carr, Hickory. Braxton Chapman, Farrell. Jake Cummings, Canfield. Mitch Davidson, Columbiana. Spencer DeMettle, Wilmington. Tariq Drake, LeBray. David Hernandez, Hubbard. Jake Humanick, Salem. Yanni Coolius, Camel. Colt McFadden, Poland. A.J. Mozzolino, Struthers. Cam Patterson, Grove City. Dre Rushton, Liberty. Parker Sherry, East Palestine. Tyler Serbenovich, Niles. Zion Strickland, Sharon. Mark Wade, Gerard. Victor Williams, Howland.
How about a hand for our Big 22 class of 2016? Well, it's time to hand out some trophies. So if Chase Evans would join me up here at the front of the room, we would like each player to come up and receive the trophy so you can be on TV. That's the biggest reason. I'll hand you the trophy up here if you would meet me up here, and I'll say some nice things as you make your way up. Let's start in alphabetical order. Our first member of the Big 22, class of 2016, from Brookfield High School, Xavier Bailey. Xavier had 1,693 yards rushing. He played quarterback. He had 500 yards passing, 29 total touchdowns. He also played defense and had 2 interceptions on that side of the ball. Congratulations. Thanks, Xavier. Our next winner couldn't be here today. From Howland High School, Stevie Baugh. Stevie had 151 tackles. That is a new school record at Howland High School. He had 11 sacks, played both sides of the ball, finished with 5 total touchdowns and 350 all-purpose yards. He chose a trip to Jamaica over this banquet. Can you believe that? Congratulations, Stevie. From Warren Harding, Lynn Bowden. Lynn is no stranger. He's been here 4 times. He had 2,277 yards rushing, 1,366 passing, and 47 total touchdowns this year. From Warren JFK, senior Evan Boyd. Evan finished with 1,864 yards rushing and broke the Division VII school record for the state championship with 36 carries and 166 yards rushing. From Hickory High School, Charles Carr. Charles had a big year. 2,280 yards rushing, 42 total touchdowns. He is Mercer County's new all-time leading rusher. From Farrell High School, Braxton Chapman. Braxton, as you can see, a little banged up right now. He's on crutches, so we'll try and say a lot of nice things as he makes his way up here. He only played in 9 games this year, but he still managed over 1,400 yards rushing and 16 touchdowns. There's been a lot of really good running backs at Farrell, and he is that school's all-time leading rusher. From Canfield High School, Jake Cummings. Jake had over 1,000 yards rushing, almost 900 yards passing, and 21 touchdowns total for Canfield this season. Somebody else that's no stranger to this banquet. From Columbiana High School, Mitch Davidson. Mitch had 1,600 yards passing, 875 yards rushing, 32 total touchdowns, and that was a down year. He finishes as a senior with 18 school records. From Wilmington High School, Spencer DeMettle. Spencer had 1,000 yards rushing, another 350 passing. He had 293 receiving and 30 total touchdowns, basically played every offensive position they have. From LeBray, senior Tariq Drake. Tariq is a wideout, 744 yards receiving, 418 yards rushing, 12 total touchdowns. He also played defense where he had 4 interceptions, 69 tackles, and he's continuing his college football career at OU next year, Ohio. From Hubbard High School, David Hernandez. David had 112 tackles, 31 tackles for loss, and 13 and a half sacks on defense, along with 2 interceptions and 5 total touchdowns. Our next recipient from Salem High School, Jake Humanick. Jake had 77 receptions this year for 1,122 yards as a receiver. Those are staggering numbers, and 12 touchdowns. Jake really wanted to be here. He had an accident on the way, so we're keeping him in our prayers. Accepting the award today for him is Coach Johnson's son, Jack. From Camel Memorial, Yanni Coolius. Yanni had over 1,600 yards rushing. He scored 20 touchdowns and finished with 2 kick return touchdowns this season. From Poland Seminary, Colt McFadden. Colt hit 11 of 14 field goals this year. He was perfect with extra points. He hit a school record 55-yard field goal, and he has 82 career touchbacks. He also has the distinction of being the first and only kicker in 11 years to make the Big 22. From Struthers High School, A.J. Mazzolino. A.J. had over 1,200 yards rushing, over 500 yards passing, 25 total touchdowns, 66 tackles, and a school record 66 total touchdowns in his career, and he too will play college football at the next level. He's committed to Kent State. From Grove City High School, Cam Patterson. Cam set a school record this year throwing the ball, 2,671 yards passing with 32 touchdowns in the air. Those 32 touchdowns, by the way, are not only a school record, they are a Mercer County record. He finishes his high school career with almost 6,000 yards passing. From Liberty High School, Dre Rushton. Dre had 1,125 yards rushing this year. He played quarterback, had 430 yards passing, and 19 total touchdowns. He had 35 tackles and 3 interceptions on defense, and we expect him to be in next year. He's a junior. From East Palestine High School, Parker Sherry. Parker plays quarterback as well. He had 1,900 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing, 33 total touchdowns. And if he looks young, he is. He is a sophomore. From Niles McKinley, Tyler Serbinovich. Tyler had over 1,600 yards passing this year, 700 yards rushing, 24 touchdowns total, and 60 tackles on defense. He leaves Niles as their all-time leading passer and their all-time leading rusher. From Sharon High School, Zion Strickland. Zion had 66 receptions this year, led the entire area, 1,188 yards receiving, 23 touchdowns. He now holds 3 Mercer County records for career receptions, career yards, and career touchdowns. And he's a junior. From Girard High School, Mark Wade. Mark threw for 2,624 yards, ran for 724, and scored 38 total touchdowns this year, and he too is just a sophomore. And finally, from Howland High School, Victor Williams. Victor had 90 tackles on defense, 15 sacks, 3 interceptions. He played almost every position away from the line, finished with 1,282 all-purpose yards. And one other thing about him, he is strong enough to push an SUV out of a snowbank, and I know this because he pushed mine out of a snowbank last winter. He's a great kid. How about a hand for our Big 22? Now we want to honor some of the linemen, and as we say every year, these are the guys that kind of go unsung. But when you watch Chuck Carr run for Hickory, and you watch A.J. Muzzolino run for Struthers in some of that video, and you see him going through those big holes, it's because of these guys. And these are the ones that don't show up in the video that often, I should say. And they don't show up in the headlines, but they certainly deserve our attention. So we created an award for them a while back. We call it our 5 blocks of granite. It's voted on just like the Big 22. Only 5 from 4 counties make this list. So it's actually tougher to make this one. And we'll start in alphabetical order. Our first member of the 5 blocks of granite, from Hickory High School, Tyler Bishop. Tyler had 35 solo tackles this year, 5 sacks, and was part of a Hornets offense that averaged 253 yards rushing per game. From Struthers High School, A.J. Iarusi. A.J.'s team averaged over 30 points per game, mostly because they run the ball. And with him at center, they averaged 295 yards rushing per game and finished as the All-American Conference White Tier champions. From Warren JFK, Bruce Johnson. Bruce is a 3-year starter, contributed on both sides of the ball throughout the season, finished with 23 pancake blocks. And if you don't know what that is, he'll demonstrate in a little while to anyone that doesn't understand. He graded out over 91% and has the highest GPA on the team, was one of our student athletes of the weeks, and by the way, also a state champion. From Ursuline High School, Jeff Marks. Jeff is a 4-year starter, a captain of the football team, graded out over 93% this year, and if you think he speaks well, it's because he's committed to the Naval Academy. And the final member of our 2016 5 blocks of granite, from Crestview High School, Jordan Murphy. Jordan on defense had 36 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and he too will be playing college football next year. He's committed to Bowling Green. How about a hand for our 5 blocks of granite? Now I'd like to take a minute to honor our Coaches of the Year. And this was voted on, 1 for Ohio, 1 for Pennsylvania, and it was probably one of the more easier decisions we've ever had this season. We'll start in Ohio with Warren JFK's Jeff Bayek. Coach Bayek won 14 games this year, was the North Coast League White Tier champions, and if you haven't heard, the Division VII state champions. Our Pennsylvania Coach of the Year, from Wilmington High School, Terry Varelli. Coach Varelli won 12 games this year, First District 10 title at Wilmington since 2009, advancing to the Class 2A state semifinals, and along the way accomplished his 300th career win this season. Coach Varelli. How about a hand for our coaches? Well, there's only a few trophies left, and those are the big ones. And if the winners would indulge us, we would like to have them and their coach come up here and say a few words about their season or about the award or whatever they'd like to speak about, to be honest with you. And we're going to start in Pennsylvania. Over the last 10 years, we've had a lot of really accomplished student athletes win our Pennsylvania Player of the Year. And they've had a lot in common. They break records. They set the bar high. A few years ago, Hickory's Deshaun Coleman broke Mercer County's all-time rushing record, was a two-time member of our Big 22 and Player of the Year twice. He won it. A few years after that, that record fell. Lakeview's Blake Reddick came along and set the bar just a little bit higher, and he was our Big 22 Player of the Year. And this year, it's no exception that both of those are looking up to the new rushing champ from Mercer County and our 2016 Pennsylvania Player of the Year from Hickory, Chuck Carr.
Well, first of all, congratulations to all the student athletes out there, all the amazing coaches in the audience tonight, family and friends. Ryan, WKBN, First News. We knew Chuck Carr was something special as a freshman in our district championship game on a field similar to this. The weather we're having tonight, broke a 56-yard touchdown run on an off-tackle power play as a freshman, had the poise, had the composure, and we knew we had something special. But there's something quickly, a phrase I can share about Chuck Carr, and that's work ethic. And Chuck put the work in, whether it's 3 or 4 times in the off season with us with our strength training program, going down south to another 2 times a week for speed development and skill development. After his freshman year, Chuck decided he needed to work on ball security, high and tight, and our strength coaches developed drills for that. After his sophomore year, Chuck needed to work on being a better short yardage goal line runner, and he worked on improving that. After his junior year, Chuck needed to work on his speed and his development. And a lot of the college coaches, when they come in and tell me, they tell me Chuck has the ability to put his foot in the ground and get north and south, and a lot of tailbacks have difficulty doing that. But Chuck, we're very proud of you from the Hickory Hornet football family, from the Hermanus School District. We are very excited for you. Congratulations, you're well deserving.
It's an honor to win Big 22 Player of the Year. I just want to give a special thank you to God for letting me win. And also my family always being there throughout the years, and my teammates. I want to thank the media for voting for me, fans, and everyone. Thank you. Appreciate it.
On to Ohio. And the list of Big 22 Players of the Year in Ohio is very impressive. I'll run through a couple of them. Dan Herron, Boom Herron, as most of you know, was our very first Big 22 Player of the Year. Was a 4-year letterman at Ohio State and spent 4 years in the NFL. Fitzgerald Toussaint from Liberty was Player of the Year. A 3-year starter at Michigan, currently with the Steelers. Akis Teague from Ursuline was Ohio's Mr. Football, as well as our Player of the Year. Davion Smith from Howland won it and is currently going to be playing for Michigan in the Orange Bowl. And of course, our guest tonight, L.J. Scott, a 2-time winner of our Player of the Year, currently a sophomore at Michigan State and most likely headed for the NFL. Tonight's winner, that's our history. Tonight's winner is cut from the same cloth, headed in the same direction. In just 2 years at his school, he's tied or broken 7 school records. And his name was at the top of almost every ballot that was returned this season. By far and away, the most highly voted player that we've ever had in 11 years of our Big 22. He was the first and only freshman to ever make the Big 22, and he is our reigning Player of the Year and now defending Player of the Year, a 2-time winner. Our 2016 Ohio Player of the Year from Warren Harding High School, Lynn Bowden.
Coach Arnold couldn't be here tonight because of a family obligation, so I was able to fill his shoes tonight. But just a few things about Lynn. This is the first year I got a chance to coach him. He's an amazing human being. Okay, he's a great person, along with being a great athlete. One of the things, you know, when you think of Lynn and you think, wow, he's an amazing runner. He could score a lot of touchdowns. One thing I know that when I got a chance to work with him, I said, hey, I'm going to make you a little better passer here. So we had a chance. I tell you what, he really worked hard this year to work on those skills to become a better passer. Like I said, I mean, he's just an amazing human being. It was an honor to coach him. But he has a great future ahead of him, and that's what I'm really excited to look forward to with Lynn. But very happy for him. Congratulations, bud.
First and foremost, you know, I want to thank God. You know, I was raised on a religious family. You know, we go to church every Sunday. I want to thank my mom, my family in the back, my family is sitting with my mom. You know, I want to thank the people that voted for me. You know, some of the people I played against, I worked out with. You know, Jeff right here, he's my good friend. I played with him in the 8th grade. You know, LJ, I grew up with him. So, you know, it's an honor to win this 2 times in a row. Thank you.
Well, that's it for our banquet. This is technically the end. We would like to, if you would indulge us, the Big 22 players, our 5 blocks of granite. We're going to take one big team picture, and we're going to try and organize that somewhere in the back here very shortly. And we do want to remind everybody that all the pictures that we take tonight, all the videos, all the highlight reels are available at WKBN.com, and they're free. They're high-resolution pictures. You can download them, and every highlight reel that you saw your son or your player, those are all available for you. In fact, we have individual stories for each one of them going up as we speak at WKBN.com. And to all the moms and dads, Sue Ford does such a wonderful job putting together this banquet for us each and every season. And the centerpieces she takes great pride in, and I'm telling you, she wants you to take them home. So please do her a favor. She doesn't have to carry them back. If you're interested and they're not bolted down, they're yours to take home. So from all of us at WKBN TV, thank you very much for making the trip on a snowy day. We certainly appreciate your attendance. And juniors and the 2 sophomores, we expect to see you back here next year. Thank you.